The tunnel that I went through was certainly not big enough to drive a truck through, and we had to duck down in these tunnels because they were very low.
While Day didn't find hidden tunnels, he uncovered something even more shocking.
It was a small mandible, which is the lower jaw of something.
In the course of his reporting, Day met a dental technician from a Veterans Affairs hospital 15 miles outside of Wright-Pat, who said he had worked on a strange impression of a mandible brought from the base. At the time, the man was so afraid to tell his story that he didn't reveal his name or face.
Never seen anything like this before in human or animal. Neither one.
Today, at 81 years old, John Musgrove speaks undisguised for the first time.
I'm not going to be around too many more years, and I'd like for this story to be out, you know, because I don't think the federal government is ever going to come out and say, yes, there are aliens and they are visiting us.
Musgrove says that in October of 1979, two uniformed men he recognized as officers from Wright-Pat came to the VA hospital to obtain a cast of a dental impression.
There was no blood and saliva. It was just dry as a bone. And I noticed right then and there I had something unusual. I thought to myself, my God, what have I got here?
When Musgrove finished the assignment, his boss made it clear not to speak of what he saw ever again.
He raised his hand up like this with the impression, looked at me and crushed it and threw it into the trash. And that's when he says, forget you ever seen this, forget you ever worked on it, don't talk about it.
The impression was broken, but Musgrove dug the pieces out of the trash and put it back together so he could duplicate the cast. Convinced the mandible came from a skeleton stored at Wright-Pat, Musgrove gave a copy of the cast to Carl Day to investigate. But the case went cold when nobody Day showed it to could identify its origin.
I didn't want anything to happen to it, just in case. So it's in a safe deposit.